Strange facts about Diddy Combs. As the case of Sean Diddy Combs unravels, we are hit on the face with new facts that are constantly coming to light. If you're new here, then you need a little summary of who Diddy is and why he is all over the internet currently. Sean Diddy Combs is an American music producer and rapper credited for finding and developing popular acts like Notorious B.I.G., Usher, and Mary J. Blige. His label, Bad Boy Records, has been recorded to produce music for many notable artists. Diddy is also known for his stint in the Hollywood industry, having acted in some movies and television shows. He recently got arrested for crimes spanning assault, harassment, drugging, sex crimes against underage kids and even older folks, and transportation for prostitution. If you can think it, Diddy is alleged to have probably done it. The case has over 100 plaintiffs, and it's really looking bad for the music producer. As the case goes on, the stories coming into the light are just as legendary as his music and career. Here are 14 weirdest facts about Diddy Combs. 14. Diddy has the strangest relationship with his mother, Janice Smalls Combs. During an Instagram Live, he was even kissing mother and saying some shocking stuff that would have you questioning everything. He has also uploaded a TikTok when he was apparently drunk and dressed like his mother. 13. His son, Christian Combs, is currently being sued for drugging, harassing, and assaulting a young lady called Grace. Grace is a young girl who worked on Diddy's yacht and had been forced to take drinks spiked with drugs. This incident was witnessed by some people, and in the audio, when Grace asked if drink was spiked, Diddy could be heard telling her to take the shot. Grace later sued Christian Combs for the trauma that was caused her and is being helped by music producer Lil Rod to prove it all true because he was in the room and reportedly has a recording of the event. Christian could end up like his dad and face multiple years in prison. 12. Diddy allegedly slept with a lot of rappers like Ja Rule, Usher, Meek Mill, and others. Some of these stories were corroborated by Diddy's ex-security guard, Gene Deal. While these might be seen as just rumors, actual court documents state that Diddy hired male escorts for himself at some of his wild parties. And there are some who believe that Justin Bieber, who recently became a father, was also part of the people Diddy assaulted and introduced to a wilder life than they ought to have seen at a young age. 11. Diddy has a club called Puffy Flavor Club and has been grooming artists for years. Artists like Lil Rod, Young Miami, Daphne Joy, and Cassie have all spoken about being groomed and hair-raised by Diddy when they were underage, with some of them filing lawsuits against him. Usher also spoke in multiple interviews about being sent to the Puffy Flapper camp as a 14-year-old, and some of the stuff he was exposed to as a child, living under the guardianship of Diddy. Although he never said anything about being sexually assaulted by Diddy, he did talk about the unhealthy environment he had to grow up in and some of the parties that were constantly happening at Diddy's house. 10. Diddy got 9 people killed to make himself famous. In December 1991, Diddy was just becoming popular and wanted to be more so. He then decided to host a celebrity basketball game in New York. Problem was, he did almost no planning and safety measures, and it caused a stampede when those outside tried to get in, and the place was already holding more than it was meant to. This resulted in 9 deaths and many injured. 9. Over the years, Diddy has had his name changed to cover up his crimes. From Puff Daddy to P.Diddy to Diddy to Love, which was most recent. Diddy's name change always came after a major crime or scandal which he tried to cover up. It is also well known that Diddy used self-destructing invites to his parties. In 2023, he purportedly paid a hotel $50,000 to destroy a tape of him assaulting his long-term partner, Cassie Ventura. In over 10 years, Diddy has changed his name thrice, thinking to cover up for his crimes until his ex-security guard, Gene Deal, exposed him. 8. One of the most unbelievable facts about Diddy was that he predicted his downfall way back in 1999. He said exactly what would happen and how it would happen, and that's precisely what happened. Some other celebrities also talked about his downfall, while some, like Usher, tried for many years to draw people's attention to his shadiness. 7. Diddy allegedly tried to kill 3 of the biggest rappers of all time. Biggie Smalls, who was Diddy's best friend and signed to Diddy's Bad Boy Records, and the rival Tupac, who was the biggest rapper and had everyone clamoring to work with him. Tupac was assassinated, and for many years no one was arrested in connection with his murder. After an arrest was made, however, the suspect said he was paid $1 million by Diddy to kill Tupac. Also, some months after Tupac's death, Biggie Smalls opted to leave Bad Boy Records, but Diddy tried to convince him otherwise. He booked an exclusive studio session for Biggie to complete his album in LA, and after that session, Biggie was assassinated by some gunmen who reportedly broke into the studio when Biggie was with Diddy. In 2023, Diddy was accused of blowing up Ventura's then-boyfriend, Kid Cudi's car. 6. The life of crime seems to have been passed down through the generations. Diddy's father was an associate of a famous drug lord and was killed when Diddy was just a baby. He was murdered when Diddy was 3, and he has no memory of his dad. Diddy's son is also facing charges for some crimes that might see him locked away for a long time. 5. Diddy threw some of the wildest parties ever known in Hollywood. There was the knowledge of some elite parties called freak-offs. No one knew the location of these parties except those that were invited. Activities that were carried out at these parties were said to be very unsettling, and there were reports that there were always medical teams on standby to revive many who fainted or had issues during these parties. After Diddy's arrest, his house was searched, and an underground tunnel was found that led to a cave with over 1,000 bottles of baby oil. This is where it's speculated that Diddy held his parties. 4. Diddy is known for his charitable work. He established the Combs Enterprises Foundation, which supports educational and social programs for underprivileged youths. He also actively supports various causes, including HIV/AIDS awareness and literacy. This is a big surprise to many who only know Diddy from his arrest and the charges against him. 3. Diddy and Biggie Smalls before his death were a little too close for comfort. They were caught on camera being more than just best friends. In an interview, Biggie rubbed his chin on the back of Diddy's hand and talked about how smooth it was and how he loved Diddy. 2. In December 1999, Jennifer Lopez and Diddy were involved in a shooting at Club New York. The couple was arrested after fleeing the scene of the gunfire incident at the club. During the arrest, the police found a firearm in their car, and Diddy faced weapons and bribery charges but was later acquitted. Lopez was released without charges after 14 hours in custody. No one was ever charged and found guilty of the shooting itself. Natanya Rubin, one of the 3 people shot, has said it was Combs who shot her. Although some say Lopez had handed the gun over to Diddy, there appears no evidence to back this claim. 1. Combs is alleged to have a hand in the death of Kim Porter. For about 13 years, Combs and Kim Porter were in an off-on relationship and had 3 children together. In 2018, Porter died of lobar pneumonia after several days of flu-like symptoms. On her birth certificate, her cause of death was put as deferred, and after an autopsy was carried out, it was confirmed that lobar pneumonia had been the cause of death. Many speculate that the baby oils found at Diddy's home might be directly or indirectly linked to Porter's death, as it's a well-proven fact that baby oils in large quantities can cause pneumonia. As the case unfolds, many revelations will come to light, and the mystery of Sean Diddy Combs will be unraveled. Right now, over 100 plaintiffs have filed complaints against Diddy, and he has been denied bail 3 different times. His case is set to be heard in May 2025.